Hi everyone, and welcome to my new series, DOSing with MAME, my new video series for December 2022. The first video, I'm going to go over sort of the lay of the land, what is available that you can run inside of MAME, and a little bit about how well some of it works, but this video is not going to have a lot of detail. So, of course, let's get started. The first set of machines we're going to talk about is, of course, the IBM machines. The IBM PC 5150, the IBM XT 5160, IBM PC Junior, and of course, the IBM AT. To show you this, I'm going to use the website Arcade Italia, and we're looking at the entry for the machine IBM 5150. It's here. IBM 5150 is the name of the machine. That, of course, is the original IBM PC. And we can see a couple of important things on this page. That it's a system and it's a parent. And these notes here are important to pay attention to. A parent means that there are other machines that are children of this one, that are based off of this machine. We can see down here, under clones, this is actually a list of all 107 machines, which are actually clones of this IBM PC 5150. Okay? So this is the first machine that we are going to talk about. The next machine, of course, is the IBM 5160, the IBM XT. And this one, it clearly says here, this one is a clone of IBM 5150. So we can emulate this machine. It happens to say here that the emulation is pretty good, but the video is imperfect. The next machine is the PC Junior, which also has similar status. It says graphic is good, but color is imperfect. Well, that's okay. My very first IBM PC experience probably was we had PC Juniors in our elementary school. And we played mostly King's Quest on it because we couldn't really do that much else with it. Maybe we had some cartridge and maybe we had a DOS disk. I don't really remember. I definitely know we had King's Quest. So the last machine of this series is the IBM AT 5170, and this one again is a parent. There are a lot of other machines that are based off of this machine. Okay, so these are the IBM machines that you can emulate. The PC 5150, the XT 5160, PC Junior, and PC AT 5170. There are, of course, a lot of other machines that MAME also emulates. There's a whole series of machines under the category of just PC. So if you have generic PC, that's a PC with the CGA card. It, of course, is a clone of the 5150. The emulation here is pretty good. There could be some graphics issues, but mostly it seems pretty good. they have an alternative called PC EGA with an EGA card. And this one is actually fully emulated, everything is good. They also have a VGA variant of this, also good emulation. And the last one that I'm showing are PC with V20. So this one has CGA again, and that has imperfect video. And of course, then there's the AT series. So the AT series, it's marked with some, the emulation is preliminary, but it does work. You can get it to work. There's some issues here and there that you might run into if you try to use this this machine. Of course, AT is just a 286 CPU. They have another one with AT that I have used as well. AT VGA, because many of us actually had VGA cards even in 286 times. And they also have AT386, which has a 12 megahertz 86 processor. I use this one a lot. There's an AT486 with a 25 megahertz 486. And then there's AT586, which of course has a Pentium CPU and a little bit newer chipset PIIX, the Intel chipset number 4. This one works okay. But I found after looking around, there is one machine which is actually claims to be fully working. I've started playing around with this machine. It's called the CT486. And I think the reason why it's fully working is they have full documentation for the chipset of this machine. Because it's a Chips and Technologies chipset, and you can actually have a link to the datasheet for that chipset, I think, on this page somewhere. So this is sort of the lay of the land, what kind of PC emulation is available inside of MAME. The IBM series, the generic PC XT series, and the generic AT series. Now we're going to summarize what we talked about, the PC emulation that's available inside of MAME. First, we talked about the IBM machines, the IBM 5150 PC, IBM 5160 XT, the IBM PC Junior, and the IBM 5170 AT. Next, we talked about some generic PC XT machines, a generic PC with CGA, EGA, VGA, and a V20 CPU. And last, we talked about generic AT machines. The generic AT286 with EGA, 286 AT clone with VGA, 386 CPU, 486 CPU, Pentium CPU, and lastly, the emulation I'm using now, which is the CT486 with the Chips and Technology chipset. So this concludes the survey of the PC emulation that's available in MAME. There are a lot of other machines with statuses that work or don't work. These are the basic ones, which I've been using and playing around with, and mostly they seem to do most things. So I hope you join me for my next episode. I'm going to show you how to obtain BIOS images and disk images for these machines, and actually show the beginnings of using the emulation and getting used to things. Alright, bye for now, everyone.